What's up, everybody? It's Gomlet X, and Ravnica Allegiance has just been added to Magic Arena. Unfortunately, the only format you can really play right now is sealed and constructed in it. There is no drafting quite yet. But let's hop right into our first try at the Ravnica Allegiance limited format. I'm very excited to see what we get here. So, our rares are Sphinx of Foresight, which is probably really good. Mass Manipulation seems like a lot of mana. Could be playable. Oh god, it's 4 blue. Seems pretty hard to play. So 4 blue XX. So basically 4 blue and 2, you gain control of 1 creature or planeswalker. That's what's going to happen most of the time. Not super sure about that card, but if I happen to get ramp stuff and I'm really heavy into blue, it could be okay. Bedevil, that's obviously going to be really good if I end up with enough Rakdos cards to play it. Rampage of the Clans, that's probably completely useless. Plaza of Harmony is probably completely useless, but there's a chance that I try to make some kind of weird gate deck. I think that the gates are still in the basic land slot, so you get 6 gates since I opened 6 packs. So maybe we'll make some kind of 5-color monstrosity, but I don't know if that's what I want to really try the first time I play the format. This seems kind of insane. And then we got a Mythic, Emergency Powers, 7 mana, shuffle. Everybody shuffles hand and graveyard into their library, then draws 7. And if you cast it during your main phase, you can put a permanent card with converted mana cost 7 or less from your hand onto the battlefield. I'm not so sure how I feel about that. Like, that seems pretty good, because I guess you can use it on your opponent's end step, that way you get to cast cards before them, but it's giving them almost as much of an advantage as you get from it. Because even if you use it during your main phase, you use it, you get your best card out for free, but then on their turn they just get to play whatever their best card is in response, and they probably have a removal spell if they've drawn 7 cards to just get rid of whatever you just did. I don't know, that might be good. That's a hard card to evaluate. But I might try it out, might do some kind of Azorius thing with these rares here. But more important than that, we gotta see what all our commons and uncommons are. See where all of our cards lie here. So we're just gonna look through by color and see what we've got. So Concordia Pegasus, that's okay. Sentinel's Mark, seems good. Summary Judgment. Basically early game removal. Late game removal. We got 3 of those, Bring to Trials. That's not good, that's just okay. Angelic Exaltation might be okay. Hey, we got one of the cards that cares about gates. Maybe we'll try to make a gate deck. Other creature you control the flying at +1/+1. That could be pretty good. We can try and make some kind of flying deck. None of the stars can block an additional creature each combat, but it's only a 5 mana 3/3. It does replace itself with a 1/1 flyer thanks to Afterlife, but got a decent counter spell, but it costs double blue. We got a Quench, which is okay early game, but Sealed tends to go really slow. Or not really slow, but slower than Draft, so you will be in late game a lot of the times where Quench probably won't do much. When it enters the battlefield, player, so I can mill somebody for 4 and have an 0/4 wall. I could have a 3/2 that does nothing. There's a Sphinx. So my blue... What? Sorry, my cat just like broke something. My blue seems pretty loose. There's a counter spell, so I guess the blue, if we were running to run the Sphinx, then to run the blue, I guess we do Prying Eyes. Draw 4, then discard 2 for 6 mana. I don't know. Humongulous? I don't know about that. Some of these cards seem kind of loose, but... yeah, most of our blue's not very exciting. But I do like Thought Collapse. I like... these 3 I definitely like, but that's not a lot of cards. That's just 3 that are really nice. Let's see what we have in black then. Bloodmist Infiltrator seems interesting. Grotesque Demise, early game removal. Couple early game Death Touchers. That'll just trade with anything late game. Those also have really nice art. I like that art probably more than I should. Target opponent sacks a creature. That could be okay. That's probably more of a sideboard card, because that seems really bad if your opponent has a lot of Afterlife stuff, or just a lot of tokens in general might be pretty not great. So, what's good in black? Not a lot. Well, so if I were playing black, I don't know if I'd run those main deck. So I'm kind of just going to go through each color and put in all the cards that I would definitely want to play main decked, and see how that turns out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It's 8 cards. Yeah, black seems pretty loose as well. Not a great start so far. We're on to the red cards. Basically, I'm just hoping that my Gruul is incredible at this point, because most of my other stuff is not wonderful. Spear is probably not good at all. I doubt anybody's going to play any creatures with less than 2 power. So this guy just sits there and pings us both. What is this? Destroy an artifact or a creature with defender. That's sideboard material. Whenever a creature controlled with power 1 or less attacks deals 1 to the defending player, that's useless. That's a 2-mana 2/2, not very exciting. That could be okay. Gravelhide Goblin there. Got a Trumpet Blast type thing. We got a Riot Menace guy. He's probably pretty good. 3/3 Menace for 4. Or a 2/2 Haste Menace. Spikewheel Acrobat's probably okay, I guess. I don't like 2 toughness creatures, but we'll see. Caretaker gives us any color. We got a 2/2 that adapts later. I like these green creatures so far. These first 3 seems pretty good. Destroy creature with flying, deal 1 to each creature with flying your opponent's control. That's pretty solid sideboard material there. I don't know if this is best of 1 or matches, but if it's matches, I have a lot of good sideboard stuff, and my cat is going crazy. Thistle, come on. You need to chill. Sorry. Most unprofessional video I've made in a while. Steeple Creeper. It's a frog snake, so obviously that's awesome. But it's 3 mana 4/2, so again, it just trades with anything with 2 power. Mammoth Spider's probably pretty good. So I think it's going to come up to what we have in the multicolored stuff, because again, like, green's probably the coolest color that I've seen so far out of what we have, but that's not by a lot. Like, none of our monocolored stuff is that great. So in multicolor we have Senate Guildmage, which is probably the best Guildmage. That seems pretty sick. Dovin's Acuity could be okay. Senate Griffin seems pretty sick. Azorius Night Arbiter seems pretty sick. Emergency Powers could be okay. Still really not sure about that. Orzhov looks like it's just not happening. We have 2 Orzhov cards. We have 1 Rakdos card. We have Bedevil, and that's it. So yeah, unfortunately Orzhov and Rakdos don't look like they're happening. But these Grasping Thralls might be splashable. They're only a 3/3 flyer for 5. But their ETB trigger's pretty good. But yeah, Rakdos is not happening. Let's see what we have in Gruul. Deal 6 to a creature with flying, or give a thing +4/+2 until and trample till end of turn. Seems nice. Zertog Goblin seems nice. Rebel Slinger seems nice. Bunch of stuff that just seems nice, but nothing that crazy. This looks like it might be an Azorius build here. In Simic, we have 3 Aeromunculus. That card seems really good. And we have a Frilled Mystic. I like that a lot. Oh, hey, my Play Allegiance reward finally went in. Sphinx of the Guild pack. That's probably okay. That's probably going to go into any deck we make, because it's a 7 mana 5/5 flyer that sometimes can't get hit by their removal. We have 4 Gruul Guildgates. We have 4 Gruul Guildgates. Maybe in that case, for mana base reasons, we just go... we just go Temur, because then our mana base is incredible. We just run literally every gate we got. Oh, except the Orzhov one. And then I can play... This Plaza of Harmony is basically going to tap for any color I need most of the time. That's not crazy. Unplayable. Maybe I want to try Temur out. Let's see, I'm going to build Temur, and then I'm going to build Azorius and see which one looks better. These cards are definitely playable. I don't know about the Scuttlegator. That seems like a lot of mana, but I guess it's sealed, so that's the time to play it. Because sealed does tend to be slower. That I want to, like... I guess I want to put that in. I don't know about the Goblin. So it's a hard mana cost for a 2 mana card, so you want a big upside on that. It's not that big. This can be 2 blue and 2, so I'll put that in there. Three +1/+1 counters among 1, 2, or 3 creatures, then double the amount of counters on them. That seems like it could be a game ender right there. Biogenic upgrade. Regenesis. Return 2 permanents from your graveyard to your hand. For 5? I don't know. Mammoth Spider, can throw that in there. Steeple Creepers can probably just toss them in there for their secondary ability. Then the Boars would be okay, because I have some Steeple Creepers that'll work. This will enter with a +1/+1 counter, so it'll enter as a 4/4. That'll also trigger the Boars. Put in this Adapt guy. Put in this to help mana. Then in red, is there anything exciting? And there's really nothing exciting in just mono red. It would just be some filler stuff. And I'm at 39 cards right now, so I might just be able to cut red, just go green-blue. Because I'm just splashing in the Erynx and the Goblin just because I have the mana to do it. So maybe I just take those out and just go green-blue. I guess in that case I could try Bant, green, blue, and white. Because Simic seems like the best color I've got here. Yeah, definitely throw in the Sphinx. I'm throwing in blue cards. Let's... Oops. Sorry, I am completely new to doing sealed decks on Arena. So I'm not good at this interface. I can keep the Rubble Slinger in because I can cast it off just green. I can keep Collision in if I really want. But I have a couple flyers, so I probably don't need that. Problem is I have like no removal. But at the same time, I just straight up have no removal. Really. Like, I have the situational removal in the stuff that destroys flyers. And then I have removal in black. But my black's pretty loose. So that's kind of rough. So let's get these red cards out. And maybe put some Azorius cards in. So throw in the Guild Mage. Throw in the Arbiter for sure. The Emergency Powers. And how many instants do I have in here right now? Got one. That's one instant that I'm completely happy playing in my main phase. And then we got another instant, which I guess I'm taking out to keep red out of there. So I have two instants. Both of them I will be casting in my main phase, but I haven't checked my white stuff yet, so don't know about the Dovin's Acuity. Yeah, my blue instants are like only counter spells, so I'm probably not gonna be using those. Suppose I could play Mass Manipulation at this point. It's awkward and slow, but I do have two different ramp cards, sort of. Get up there a little faster, maybe. I don't know, 4 blue is probably too hard in a 3-color deck. Most of these blue cards are really loose. Guess I just toss in the counter? Maybe? Alright, white stuff. We've got the Angel. We've got the thing that gives your other flyers +0/+1. I probably want that. That seems pretty good. And then toss in the Angel. And toss in this instant. Does Dovin's Acuity only work? You need to get away from my computer, Thistle. Get out of here. Alright. Man, I'm not like a major fan of the sealed pool. But then again, I play mostly draft, so I'm not super used to how good sealed pools are going to be. So suppose what I want to do here, I'm just going to take the early white cards out and just have the white splash at the end here. Maybe isn't the best play. I feel like the Senate Guild Mage is strong enough to play it later. So I might keep that in, even though it's an early drop. So yeah, this is probably not the best deck I could build, but this is what I've come up with. It's pretty awkward. We probably actually do still want the Judgment, though, just because I have so little removal. Maybe I just splash in white for removal. Take out the Thought Collapse. No, I don't want it to be the picture, I just want to take it out. Let's see. As long as it has a counter on it, it can attack as though it didn't have Defender. So if I get Biogenic Upgrade, I can attack with it even without adapting it. So that's cute. Yeah, Emergency Powers probably isn't, like, incredible, but it looks cool, man. Looks cool. So we're primarily green. Then we're blue and we're trying to splash in white for removal. I don't know how many times Bring to Trial is really going to hit things, so I'm just going to put the 2 of them in here and hope that that's good. This is a pretty rough build, but this is my first time with this format. Is the Archway Angel good with just 3 gates? Probably not. Is the Plaza of Harmony good with just 2 gates? Probably not. Again, I don't know about Bring to Trial main deck. Because I could be playing against... Yeah, Rakdos for sure is just like a bunch of fast, small creatures like Judas the 2/2, a bunch of 3/2s that... like the Knife Blade guy and stuff like that. I don't know. And then Orzhov as well is just like a bunch of tiny creatures with all the Afterlife stuff, so... I don't know about these Bring to Trials. So I guess I could take those out, and then, like, that's a deck. That's 40 cards right there. Alright, I don't know how I feel about this. Not incredibly convinced that I've done well here. How many instants do I have at this point? 1, 2... 3? Probably not putting the Dovin's Acuity in here either. Yeah, I would say there are probably better things that you can do with this sealed pool, but it does look like a pretty awkward sealed pool to me. Regardless, so, I mean, this is what I'm going to run with, and we'll see how it does. I suppose I probably want another flyer over one of these random creatures. And maybe that is just the strat. It's just these random flyers. In which case I might put the Angel in just because it's flying. So let's see. Random creature to take out. Maybe a Steeple Creeper. I guess I'll take out one of these Scuttle Gators. This is a lot of cards at 6 mana and 7 mana actually, so maybe I don't even want the Scuttle Gators. So I'll just take them out to toss in that flyer, and Sentinel's Mark's probably pretty good. I could also just put in another flyer. It is a lot of mana for a flyer, but... or a little flyer. I can just put in a little flyer. Alright, this is what I'm going to run with. We've got 7, 8, 9 green sources, and that is the most important one. Followed by blue, which we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 blue cards. So then we have 5, 6, 7 blue sources, and then we have 4 white sources. That seems correct. Everything that we have that requires white mana only requires 1 white mana. Alright, I'm gonna run with this deck. Oh no, the picture is Scuttle Gator. Let me edit it real fast here. Let's make the picture... Oops. I was gonna make the picture Emergency Powers, because that's the card that I kind of just threw in there to see how it's gonna do. So that'll be the deck picture. Alright, so it looks like no matter what, we're going to get 3 packs out of this, so that's nice. But in order to play another sealed, I'll have to get... Oh god. I'll have to get 6 wins? Oh boy. Yeah, because these sealed cost 2,000 gems. I have 350 left. Alright. Well, it's an uphill battle, but I will try my best. Here we go. Yeah, definitely feel free to leave in the comments what you would have built with this sealed pool. I am certainly not sure of anything at this point in the format. It's very early in the format, and I'm not much of a sealed player, more of a draft guy. Oh no. Oh no. I get to scry... I get to scry 3, though. Dude, the Sphinx! The Sphinx coming in clutch. I need 1 forest, and then this hand is incredible. Okay, it's not incredible, but if I get 1 forest, I go forest into the Caretaker, turn 3 Aeromunculus, and then I can use that mana to play the Foresight guy, and then next turn I can play the Orzorius guy. I'm going to keep this, and I'm going to use the Sphinx. Submit. Not decline. I want to submit. Okay, so it's on the stack. Good. Good. I'm excited. I'm really excited to play this format. So here we go. Here's my first upkeep. Thank God I had the Sphinx there. Oh my. Oh my, that would have been bad. Let's put the Mammoth Spider on top because by the time I make it to the bottom, I'll have the ability to afford all these cards, and Mammoth Spider's probably the best. Actually, maybe this Creeper, just to fly over and kill them. I highly doubt it'll matter, the order I just put those in, but we'll see. Okay, so I got a land. It's not a forest or a gate, so that's kind of a problem. But if I draw my gate that adds any color this turn, that would be very good. Ooh. Ooh, this is not the best start. I need 1 more land. And now I'm at the point where it can be any land. And then I can get the Sphinx out, which will probably bait a removal spell out of them and do nothing, but I can hope. Alright. We're getting Planeswalkered, so I basically lose. Alright. I think this guy gives my creature -1/-1. Yeah, it does, so I can't block that. Surprised they didn't just create a flyer. Tracked his butt. But I guess... Oh wait, no, because that puts so much loyalty on him, jeez. Because it puts the 1 from the +1, then it puts 1 more loyalty from them hitting me. Well, this has been a very bad start. God, I can't even block their creature anyway, so... We'll just make it take slightly longer for them to ultimate that. That ultimate just makes me lose. They get the best 3 cards out of the top third of their deck. Jesus. Alright. Opponent is dropping some creatures out.
Ooh, that got my blood pumping.
Alright. Well... This is probably game. Still cannot cast anything in my hand here.
Not just a gadget, but ingenuity.
Suppose I block the most damage I can. Their Dovin goes up to 6. They've even got a Senate Griffin out now. There's my forest. So if I play it, I play a forest and I play my 4/4 flyer. They're not at their ultimate yet, so that does stop their attacks, so I guess I gotta try. I'm not technically dead yet. Okay, there's another Senate Griffin. I'm not actually that scared of our opponent's deck, because they have a bunch of little creatures, so if Dovin were just another 2-2 or 2-1 or something, even if Dovin were another Senate Griffin, I would be a lot happier about our situation here. I think Dovin's like literally the scariest thing that they've played by far, and I'm actually just completely okay with all their other stuff. Because like Aramunculus, played and then adapted, can block these really easily, this can block that. So I'm mainly just scared because they have a Dovin. But that's a pretty big reason to be scared. I will keep that. So do I want to play my 2-5? Or do I want to play an Aramunculus? Or do I want to play the girl that adds mana? Not sure. Don't think it matters too much. Oh boy. I really want the mana, but if I play her, I can't play anything else, and she's a 1-mana card. The Aramunculus is nice because it stops their flying shenanigans, and I guess I can Aramunculus and then maybe Aramunculus plus Caretaker some other turn. Could also Growth Spiral and really hope to get a Forest. None of these are instant speed. I think I'm actually just going to play the Night Arbiter, because it stops all their ground creatures pretty well, and it can start pinging their Dovin. So I can hopefully get rid of that eventually. Again, this game's a very uphill battle for several reasons. For the mana issues early on and the Dovin staring at me from their field. It looks like I'm just going to keep taking 1 a turn for a while here. Probably just going to block that with a boar soon.
I don't enjoy seeing things suffer, but I'll make an exception for you.
I like his voice lines, that's pretty nice. I don't enjoy seeing things suffer, but I'll make an exception for you. Alright, I'm keeping that. I need the second green for sure. Okay. So now... we can cast a boar and an Aramunculus, I guess? That's probably what we do. Let's actually do that main phase 2.
A solid hit.
Okay. So we want... I guess I have the mana to play a creeper and an Aramunculus, but I want to get rid of their stupid one too. I guess I should use all of my mana here. As much as I want to get rid of that one too, I can still take a little more from it. I've got 3 flying blockers. So they probably plus the Dovin and he goes up a lot. Yeah, so if they plus the Dovin and swing out, then Dovin goes up 3 counters. Which is pretty annoying, but also if they swing out, I get to make them make some bad blocks. This is fine, I guess? Shit. That'll put Dovin up to 4, in which case I do 2 damage to him next turn, but then they plus him again. So he'll survive longer if they do that. But I guess all he does is survive if they do that. Like, he doesn't get to use any of his alternate abilities, so that might be okay. Hi, Thistle, what's up? My cat has jumped onto my lap. Oh, wow. Alright, well that's rough. They just have the removal for the unblockable guy. I'm definitely still fine with the way that turn went then. I'm going to keep that. It's got flying, so that's important. But yeah, if I wasn't just going to be hitting Dovin for 2 every turn, then it is super fine to not do that. So I'm going to Growth Spiral and see what I get. Senate Guild Mage. Okay. Alright, all my flyers get +1. So if I swing with Sphinx of Foresight, I get to kill 2 Griffins? I suppose? They probably just chump block with a 1/1. But I will attack with it. Or I get to kill a Griffin and 2 1/1s. This is also fine. I guess the Scry every turn is a really powerful effect, but I'm about to get a Senate Guild Mage to replace that and basically do just as much. I have to get through this giant field of flyers and actually kill their stupid Dovin. Or there's no way I'm getting through this game.
I'm inspired by a good assault.
Oh my god, cat. Do not attack my mic, please. That is gonna make some loud noises. Alright, okay, alright. Alright, okay. The hangout has ended. You gotta get out of here, cat. Sorry. They're still kittens, so they're kind of insane. And they will just attack everything. Alright, so I'm taking 1 again. But I'll have a Senate Guild Mage to gain life if I need to. Alright, well, Simic Guild Gate is not the best card here. So we're gonna play everything. We're gonna drop everything out there. I probably should have waited on the Caretaker, actually, to maybe adapt the Aeromunculus if I need to. If I attack Dovin again, I trade with a Senate Griffin and one of their flyers. That's okay. Actually, they have 5 power there. They'd have to block with all their flyers, and thankfully they just chump block. Alright, so I can just play these guys. Oh boy. I don't know how we're still alive, but we're not in a good spot, for sure. We're getting closer and closer to killing Dovin. On like turn 50. Or something. They're sending in the 1/2 again. So the plan this game is definitely flyers. So I'm okay trading with those creatures with some of my ground guys. But I guess I don't actually have enough ground guys to trade with both, so I'll probably just kill the Menace Death Toucher here. Because I'll have enough mana to start just making this creeper flying later. So it's valuable in its own way. The Guild Mage is definitely valuable, so I don't want to just trade with that. And these other creatures are flying, so don't want them to trade either. So we'll do that as our block. I guess if they have a combat trick, that's really rough. But it's alright to lose these creatures. It's just a 2/2 and a creature that makes mana when I now have like more than enough mana for sure. Alright, Knight of Obligation. That is really awkward. If that dies, they get more flyers. So if I give the Steeple Creeper flying, Dovin's at 2 now, so I only need to hit it for 2. So then I have 4 flyers, they have 3 blockers. I put Dovin down to 1. But then I just die on the crackback. I think I've got to loot right now. Because I need something on this board. Wow! Really needed something I could play immediately there. Discard an island. So if this... Oh my god, cat. Can you not? The cat is now on the back of my chair. And it's a swivel chair, so things are jiggling a lot. Cat's walking on my back. Okay. This is not a good situation. IRL and in-game. Get out of here, cat. I don't even know what to do here. I can adapt the Aeromunculus, I guess. I think I do just attack Dovin. And then, yeah, Aeromunculus will trade with a Griffin and a 1/1, or just get rid of a 1/1. Alright. I am not going to play this land, because then they'll know I have nothing. I will do that next turn. Or I'll just discard this land next turn. To the Senate Guild Mage. Okay, well that's bad.
There is elegance in simplicity.
That is bad. What they just did there. Oh, I frickin' really hate playing against Planeswalkers in Limited. This is tremendously bad. Let's just do the best play, pretending Dovin isn't there. I have a lot of flyers. So... maybe I should have just pretended that Dovin wasn't there this whole time. But I think the same blocks would have been happening with all those flyers and stuff. So still not a lot would be getting accomplished. Okay. When it becomes blocked, each creature blocking it gets -1/-1 till end of turn. So that would be a trade for the Steeple Creeper, but I can get rid of it. I can just get rid of that guy for free. I can get rid of that, but they get 2 flyers. And if I block either of the others, we trade. If they don't get 2 flyers... well, if they don't get 2 flyers, they get more counters on Dovin anyway. Oh, boy. Alright, so I do this, I take 3? I guess? Probably just gotta trade off the frickin' Steeple Creeper at this point. Unfortunate, for sure. Alright. Gonna put counters on my Aeromunculus. Yet again, the timer's not working on Arena. I cannot see, but I could hear the sound effect saying, yo, and chill out. So I can do 3 to a tapped creature at instant speed, or 5 at a later speed. God, I hate this Dovin right now. So bad. I don't think I really have any action here. I think I just pass and loot and respond to any of their attacks. I'm gonna go close my door so the cat stays in the living room at this point. I will be right back. Alright, sorry about that. Here we go. They're sending in that annoying little 1/2. Do I want to just kill it, or... I guess now that I know what they're attacking with, I'm free to loot, because I'm not going to block with the Guild Mage. Frilled Mystic, that's very nice. So we'll pay like this. We'll kill that. Hopefully they cast something awesome. Oh boy. It's not that awesome, but I want this on the board. And now my board is better than theirs.
I don't enjoy seeing things suffer, but I'll make an exception for you.
There's another Aeromunculus. So... I think we save 2 flying blockers the Aeromunculus to block the Griffin and 1 to block a 1/1, then we'll take 3, which is okay. So I have another Aeromunculus, and I will gain 2 life this turn. Okay, so they are finally going to take out this Aeromunculus. So we get to take out a Thopter and the Griffin. Whew. This has been a very intense and long game of Magic. 18 cards left in the deck. Opponent's still thinking, I guess, whether or not they want to block the Spirit with a 1/1. They're at a whole lot of life. So they don't need these spirits to be chump blocking attacks on their face for a while, at least. Definitely putting the Senate Griffin up front. What are you doing, Arena? Jesus. We'll do it like that.
I must have miscalculated.
And we'll go... We'll pay like this. So now I can adapt the Aeromunculus or gain 2 life, whichever I need. Okay. So Dovin gets 1 more counter. I think attacking is bad for them right now, though. Unless they have that 2-mana instant that gives something Death Touch and they draw a card. But that would be really rough no matter what. Because then they could just use it on blocks anyway. So I'm still just going to block like a regular human. No attacks. Alright. Let's charge up the Aeromunculus. Then. Draw a card. It is a land. We will send at Dovin. They can't kill any of these, but they can chump block.
Like it, but I accept defeat.
Dovin's finally gone. Cool. So that's bad. So I'm going to take 6 this turn. Yep, so I allow that. So now I have to save my flyers back, but that's okay, because I've got the flyers to save back. Alright, so I can block the 3/3, block the 2/1, block the 2/1, take 2, so I only need to gain 2 life. So I will go ahead and loot here, actually. Instead of gaining life twice. I'm very glad I did that, because I just drew a goddamn land, and another land! Sometimes I hate this game. So, let's play a forest. And we just gotta pass. If they have any kind of pump, I'm super dead. Okay, they're going in. We make the block. Gain the life. I'm at 1 still. 3 of their creatures are dead. Mine are all fine. They didn't have a thing. Got a Rubble Slinger. Get out there. I'm just going to gain life from now on. Counter it unless I pay 2. Okay. I'll pay 2. This is what I was talking about with Quench, that, like, this game has gone on so long that Quench is useless now. I'm saving this land in my hand to... to loot away. I have 2 flying blockers, so I'm sending 3 in. I'm gonna keep 2 just in case they get a removal spell, but... if they get double removal spell and something to damage me a little, then I'm screwed. Okay, so they got a Senate Courier. Gaining life for sure at this point. I don't need more cards right now. My field is going to beat their field at this rate. I guess I do need something to get rid of that stupid courier now, which that works. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Perfect. Oops. They like that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We got our big boy threat. Okay, they have 2 power out there. So I think we send both of those in. That way they take 2 or they lose a 1/1. Alright, so they take 2. Man, this is incredible after that very pessimistic start that I had. They gain life equal to its power. Wow, okay. At least I don't lose life. I was thinking that was one that was going to make me lose life as well, and then that would have been super duper bad. Alright, we're gaining life. 13 left in the deck, so I don't even know if I want to loot anymore. Probably not. Ooh. Remember that card I said is a game-winning card? 5, 6. Distribute 3 among my creatures, and then double the counters on all of them. So we'll go doop, ba doop, ba doop, and then double the counters on everybody. I'm at 5 life now, so I'm essentially at 7 thanks to this guild mage. They only have the 2 flyers, so I don't even need to save multiple blockers anymore. I will just save the Rubble Slinger. I probably don't even need to save the Rubble Slinger back here anymore at this point, but I will. Just to play it a little safer. I'm gonna pay a bunch of mana next turn. So yeah, once again, I'm just gonna gain life instead of looting, because now, even if I get something I want to play, I'm just gonna spend mana to attack them this turn. Alright, we got an Aeromunculus. So we can 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, and then we have 5 left, so we can Aeromunculus and still attack with 2 creatures. I think that's what we'll do. Aeromunculus, attack with 2 creatures, save the 1 to gain life. Send in that, send in that. I guess it doesn't really matter either way. Send that in. So I made a little misplay with Biogenic Upgrade. I thought the second part was that it doubles the amount of +1/+1 counters on all of your creatures, but it's only the ones you targeted with it. So I actually should have put one on Aeromunculus instead of the Frilled Mystic, because I thought the Aeromunculus was going to get doubled as well, but it did not. Unfortunately. But I don't think it was a big enough misplay to really matter. Okay, this cost thing should be gone now, but it's still there, which is weird. Whew, alright, gain some more life. We've got another card for looting purposes. Nine life now, they have 5 power on the board. They're going to arrest my Spirit of the Spires. We are going to send in the Flyers and the 5/4. Alright. Gonna do that. We're gonna pump him for some more damage. We've just cleared out a bunch of their field. Unless they had some kind of pump, which would make sense. Nope. Clear out their field a bit. They're down to 9. Super happy. We have 10 left in the deck. I think at this point I will loot to try and get something that just kills them immediately. But I will wait till the end of this turn to make sure I don't need the life. And there's the scoop from the opponent. My god, that was an insane game. I really thought I was going to lose. Let's see if it is best of 1 or a match. I think this means it's best of 1. It's best of 1. Alright. Oh my god. We beat the turn 3 Dovin that stayed on the board for so many turns. Oh, that was one hell of a start to Ravnica Allegiance for me. My heart is pounding and I'm very nervous to see what the future holds for this deck. Alright, so we have a Caretaker and a Judgment. We need 1 land of any kind, and then we have a, like, perfect mana thanks to the Caretaker. This is really kind of an awkward keep, but I'm gonna do it. Because the awkward keep last game worked out so well. I mean, it technically did, if you think about it. But yeah, this is probably something you should mulligan, but I have a card to stop if they do something scary early. I've got a card to stop something scary. Uh-oh, we're playing Rakdos. Playing against the fast deck. Alright, we've got the mana. We've got the boar, so we've got the mana. Thanks to the Caretaker. Start dropping out Aramunculuses. Aramunculi? Aramunculi. Whenever it becomes blocked, deals 1 to the player or planeswalker it's attacking. Ooh, that's pretty awkward. Alright, in that case I'm saving Summary Judgment to kill that. Because I don't want them to just... I don't want them to just start casting all of their spectacle stuff for real cheap and destroying my soul. Probably should have just dropped something on the board, but I don't like that creature. That creature can get out of here. Alright. Let's say no. This could be pretty bad if they pump it, but I don't know this format well, so I don't know if there's anything in red that pumps toughness, or black for that matter. Alright, so it looks like he's just dead. So they don't get to spectacle something out. But they have 4 mana, so they can still play a bunch of scary stuff. Nothing! Ooh, that makes me very happy about that play. They were probably counting on Spectacle then, so we're going to tap him, get a blue. We need to put things on this board. I'm not just going to attack them for 2 when I could get some more stuff on the board here. They're gonna kill the boar. Alright. Goodbye, boar. I'm sorry, friend. So now I'll have to tap the Aramunculus to play a thing. But I think I still need to just be playing things against Rakdos, rather than poking them for 2 and playing nothing. Alright, what is this? At the beginning of your upkeep, it deals 1 to each opponent and you gain 1 life. So that just triggers Spectacle for them every single turn. That's very nice. Okay, so I got a land, so luckily I do not need to just tap my boy anymore. I could tap my boy to adapt himself, but I would rather play another dude. Would I like the Reach guy or the Creeper? I guess I'll play the Creeper because their board's empty right now. Definitely won't be empty next turn, but the Creeper trades better with higher stuff, which is what they're at. They're at larger stuff at this point. They're at 6 mana. Wouldn't be surprised if they just play 2 smaller things, though. They could play like double Knife Juggler, and then I'm like, oh, shoot. Or whatever that card's called that lets them... it's a 3-2 that lets them lose a life and draw a card. This card actually seems pretty sweet. Like, deceptively sweet in a spectacle-based deck. Because, yeah, there is plenty Rakdos stuff that also will make them pay life. And it's just letting them gain the life back. So we'll see what they do. They are definitely thinking on it, so they definitely have options, which isn't super surprising considering what mana they have out now, which is a lot. 3 red and 4 black. If they need the certain colors. It's only 6 total, but if they needed 4 black, they have 4 black. Or if they need 4 red, or 3 red, they have 3 red. Can't be blocked this turn except by creatures with defenders. There's another Spectacle trigger card, so they're clearly heavy in on Spectacle. There's just a little 1/1 that they can give unblockable to try to Spectacle in bigger stuff. Looks like they're probably playing a removal spell here. Alright, they're going to Electro Dominance my Aeromunculus, and they've got nothing to cast off it. Alright, I'm very happy about that turn. That wasn't nearly as bad as I thought things were going to be. I am going to take this turn to attack them rather than cast my Senate Guildmage or my Aeromunculus. I will just cast the Rebel Slinger instead so that I can hit him for 4. Because I doubted they were going to block with that little guy. Chump block this early, but they could have. So here's my Rubble Boy. It's 2/3 blocker. It's probably all it's really going to do is just block. They've got the Cult Guildmage. 4 mana, tap, target player discards a card. 1 mana tap, deal 1 to an opponent or planeswalker. So that discard effect is going to get me pretty bad here because I've been stuck on mana, sort of. That discard effect's really going to get at me. But luckily I have this Frilled Mystic to discard. I will happily discard the Frilled Mystic. Because it looks like I'm never going to cast it. Of course, as soon as I draw like 1 island, I can cast it, so who knows. I'm going to play another creature this turn, so I am just going to go at them. Hopefully they trade off this Guildmage for my Creeper. Be very happy with that. Oh, I'm an idiot! I needed to save one of them for the Caretaker mana. Oof. That was stupid. That was a really bad play. That was a big punt on my end. I should not have attacked with the Rebel Slinger. I just completely forgot that this isn't just a Birds of Paradise. Oof. Wow, that might cost me the game. Because this turn I would have had a Azorius Knight Arbiter out. Man, that's rough. Alright, so they're going to make me discard. I'm actually going to discard the Senate Guildmage, because it doesn't do anything if they have a Cult Guildmage. So I just can't keep the cards to do it. Thirsting Shade. My opponent's deck is pretty strange. A lot of little creatures out there. So I could play it to Territorial Boar and an Aeromunculus, and I think that is definitely the play. Let's not do it till main phase 2, though. And then I will still... I'm just going to discard the Frilled Mystic now if they make me discard a card. So we send in. They could block with 2 1/1s to trade off with the Creeper. And they do. Happy about that. I'll take a 2-for-1 any day. So I think my opponent's deck is like really about spectacling, and they just drew a bunch of their 1-mana cards late game. Which ended real awkwardly for them. I say ended real awkwardly for them, but they could still... Oops! Okay, thank God. I thought I couldn't take that back. I was trying to hit blue, but I think I just double-clicked a little too quickly. Almost just double punted. That would have been real sad. Alright, so now we're going to discard the Frilled Mystic. Next turn we drop out the Night Arbiter. And hopefully we just win. Ooh, how many Afterlife does it have? Afterlife 2. Boy. Oh, they don't have the mana to use the Cult Guildmage. Sweet, I get to keep these cards. Okay, well now I'm just discarding emergency powers if it comes to it. So if I put a counter on the Aeromunculus, they're on a 3-turn clock, but they're also on a 3-turn clock if I just play the Night Arbiter, so I'll just play the Night Arbiter instead. This music is quite nice. So blue, and cast Night Arbiter. So now I have 2 creatures that they can't block out here, and also have a 2/5 to block their 3/2. If it comes to it, that is what I'll do, even though they could, like, Scorch Mark my guy, and that'd be real sad. Alright, so they're spending their 1 to ping me there. They are, they're getting there on the ping plan, slowly but surely. So I need 2 mana more to do emergency powers, and I need 1 blue to do Frilled Mystic, so it's 2 of anything to cast emergency powers. So I'm just thinking if they make me discard, which I'm going to do. But also if they make me discard, I think they're just dead, because they're spending 4 mana to do that. Yeah, it looks like they're not going to be doing that this turn. They're going to advance their board state, get more cards out to block what they can block, which is probably the right play. So the Racketeers is really awkward here, because if I do block it... Oh, they're not even going to attack with it. Well, if they attacked with the Racketeers, there was like a very interesting question there of what to do. Because if I did block it, they would get 2 flying blockers for the Aeromunculus. That's 2 turns to block the Aeromunculus. But if I didn't block it, I'd discard a card, which would be emergency powers, and I'd also take some damage. So I'm not going to cast anything yet, because the Senate Griffin... oh, it doesn't have Flash. I have punted so much today. It is astounding. It is actually astonishing how much I've punted. But the reason I wasn't going to do that is because I was going to choose between flashing in a Senate Griffin or putting a counter on an Aeromunculus during their turn. So now I'll just put a counter on an Aeromunculus, so they're dead next turn. If they don't do anything about the Night Arbiter or the Aeromunculus. So the same thing happens. They're still dead next turn, but it probably would have been better to have the Griffin out instead of a larger Aeromunculus. I just thought that I could make the choice later than I could. It is a good thing that I figured that out now before it like really, really mattered. But you never know. They could have a removal spell, in which case it does really matter right now. Enters the battlefield, you could sack another creature if you do put 2 counters on it, then scry 2. Oh! Alright, well they got a flying blocker there. So it wouldn't have mattered either way. They get extra turns from their flying blockers. Probably would still be better to have the Senate Griffin out. I guess the Aeromunculus with a counter on it cannot be killed by their flyers, but the Senate Griffin can. But if they double blocked something, then they would just die to the other one. Yeah, I really should have played the Senate Griffin. Just derped hardcore. Now let's just not make it a double punt and forget to put the counter on the Aeromunculus. I'll send in a 5/2. I'll trade my boar for that. I'll go ahead and use the mana now, so I don't have to tap anybody else, just for fun. Let's be cute with it. That's such a disgusting noise. There you go, there's your counters. Nice little... just slop them on there. Alright. So... they've got to chump block Aeromunculus. I might just want to hit him with the Knight guy. Because now they have a 5/5 out that I will probably want to chump block with the Rebel Slinger. I guess I could send in the Knight guy and the Aeromunculus and I tap the Knight guy. Yeah, that's what I'll do. I'll tap the Knight guy for mana. Because I don't think he'll be blocking. Alright, they're down to 3. We need a white or a blue. So I'm tapping him because I'm going to chump block their 5/5. So these are both like just going to end up chump blocking, and this guy's much more valuable than the other one. So, Senate Griffin. Get out there. This makes sure if they don't get another flyer or removal spell that they die next turn. Unless, of course, they could also do a lot of damage to me with something. I do not have the mana for that, unfortunately, as nice as that would be. So I'm putting that card on the bottom. Alright, 1 to me. I'm down to 11. Let's see what they can do. I feel like I played really well in round 1 against that Dovenbane, and just now I've played really poorly this round. But hopefully it works out. Rakdos is just so spooky. Alright, they're at 4. They're not going to gain any more life. They need 2 flying blockers. Or to kill me this turn. And when I say 2, I mean 1 more. Alright, so we will be chump blocking that, just to make sure I don't just die right now to something crazy. All they need to do is 4 damage to me and I'll die, because they have got the Cult Guildmage to do 1 more. Oh, and I guess they do have that to do 4 more, but they don't have enough to do that and the Cult Guildmage. Oh, so they get to gain 4 life off that too. I completely forgot about that. Just add to the punts. Oh boy. So this game's gotten a lot scarier now. So now I need to consistently chump block that Scavenger. So I think I just play the hybrid to chump block. So I attack with all 3, I hit them for 5 and they're dead next turn. I think is the plan. Because they have to block now or they die. Alright. So I have an Arbiter to block their not 5/5, and I'll have a Hybrid to block their 5/5. This way, I'm doing this instead of the Mammoth Spider, because if I play the Mammoth Spider, it's just going to chump block a 5/5. And this way, I also get to keep my Caretaker and my Knight Arbiter untapped instead of tapping them for mana, so now I have 3 blockers instead of 1 larger blocker. I feel like this is a much safer play, but I could still just die. Rakdos is scary as shit. If they have like Lava Axe, which I don't know if it's in this format, but if they do, this is going to be a sad game. Or if they can give the Scavenger unblockable somehow. This game is very, very close. This Caretaker has done a lot of work this game, even through my misplays, so I'm very, very glad that I put that in here. Because, yeah, without that, this mana base would have gotten nowhere. 3 forests, 1 plains would have just died a long time ago. Alright, they're thinking. They're trying to find any way to kill me. Really hope that they don't have it. Really hope they don't just think tank and then realize, oh, they're just dead. My opponent's just dead. Oh no! Am I just dead? No, I'm not just dead. I take 4. I go to 2. Wait, am I just dead? No, I have 3 blockers. So yeah, I go to 2. God, this was spooky. Oh, they didn't even attack with the Airmunculus. Confusing. Well, I mean, that means I'm definitely alive. Alright. Ooh, we did it. Oh my god. Another terrifying and hard-fought game. That time I played pretty poorly, like, the whole time, though, so... I don't know. I played well enough that even off the mana that I got, I managed to win, but... still feel like I played pretty bad. But that's alright, we won. That's all that matters, right? Oh my god, my mana base is so bad. This has to be a mulligan. I cannot cast anything in here. Should probably edit my deck at some point and just check about the mana and see if it's okay to change it up. So I'm putting that forest on bottom because I don't need another forest. I need a plains. Anytime I can get a white mana, that'd be sick. But until then, I can just play an Airmunculus, and hopefully that's enough for the beginning of this game. I am against Gruul, though. They'll have a lot of Riot creatures that could have haste and just come out swinging, or they're just going to be massive, like a 2-mana 3/3. I could just die very fast. However, got the perfect mana this time. So, if I can survive, I can go Airmunculus into Spirit of the Spires, into Azorius Knight Arbiter, and hopefully those all have pretty high toughness. Hopefully that'll be good. Okay, so luckily Airmunculus is good enough to block that for now. Until they just play a gate next turn and then I cry a little on the inside. Okay, good, they didn't have a gate. But they've got a lot of pump spells in Gruul. Looks like they don't have one yet. I think I would rather play the Spear of the Spires first than the Sphinx of Foresight, because if they have any kind of removal, I don't want to just get it drawn out to kill my guy. Plus, this makes both of my creatures able to block their stuff easier, instead of just having the one blocker, or the one potential blocker. That Gravelhide Goblin, though, that's actually a problem. Oh, and they got the gate. So yeah, there's the Gravelhide going up to 4/3. If I double block, they get to kill my spirit. Next turn I get a 2/5. Or 4/4 flyer. Man, that sucks. Don't want to have to block it like this, but I think I do. Man, yeah, this Gruul deck has definitely had the scariest start out of everybody so far. Oh, nice. Alright. Very happy with that. Very happy I get to cast 2 things this turn. Plus, next turn, if I get a land, I can Emergency Powers and hopefully draw a bunch of cards and just shit them out there and block things. My 2/3 flyer is not going to block either of these 3/3s, so that's just going to get sent in, I guess. So my opponent is trying to Jund me out, and I don't like that. That's a 6/5? Tax each combat Fable? My god. I could keep that in Emergency Powers. That's probably the situation I'm in. Honestly. That's where we're at. Like that... 3, 4, 5, 6, 7? Yeah, because the Caretaker. That's the position I'm in. I have nothing else to do to this Recluse. The permanent card from cost 7 or less from your hand on the battlefield. I just hope I get, like, the Knight Arbiter back or something like that. But then my opponent just has so many cards to untap with and go crazy. So maybe I do this end of their turn? Maybe for now I try and hit them for 4 flying? But then they go down to 14, and then I don't have anything to block their smaller creatures anymore. I've got to get a way to deal with this stupid Recluse. Alright, this is almost definitely going to end poorly, but we'll do it. You gotta try. You gotta go for it. This is definitely gonna end real poorly. Oh, yeah, see, that's not good. See, that is not a good hand. Oh my god, that ended really bad. I guess there's a Steeple Creeper. So I can't block the 6/5. Oh boy. See, yeah, this game might be a loss. This game might be a loss. They got the next gate, which gives it vigilance and trample. Fuck. Oh boy. Probably would have been a little better not to get 4 lands out of those 7. But we'll deal with what we get. Yeah, emergency powers just seems really bad, but I wanted to try it. Because how often do you get to try a mythic rare out? Good god. Fuck me in the ass, I guess. Alright, well, we blocked there. Down to 2. I can hit him for 6, I guess. Oh. Keep that on top and maybe I can kill them? So, can I? No. I put 6 counters on, so that's 10, 11, 12. 12 damage to my opponent. God, that's so close. 2 on one of them, 1 on the other. That still means 4 on one of them, 2 on the other. Sucks. So they've got a 6/6 Vigilance Trample. I don't have, like, anything Vigilant. So I think I am just dead next turn. I think I attack with the flyer, and if I can survive next turn, I can win, but I don't think I can survive next turn. Like, I guess I can double block the Gate Creeper Ram, and then block the other 2. We just have to hope they have literally nothing at this point. Alright. Oops. Alright, if they have literally nothing, we can do it. Please no instant speed pump. God! Oh, it's not even a good one. It's +3/+3 reach till end of turn. Lose to that. Oh my god. Alright. I'll just lose to mono pumps. Fair enough. They played the Colossus afterwards. I'm like, alright. Okay. I can respect that one. I don't know about the +3/+3 reach. That ended way closer than I thought it would. If I untapped, they were dead. But I mean, I guess they had the pump to give reach, so they could just give their creature reach and block. Or they also had the card to do 6 to a flyer. Yeah, that game was just bad. My opponent had a very, very good Gruul deck with a nice curve and everything, which I just did not have. This is probably the best opener I've had, just because my mana issues are nowhere near as concerning as usual. And I have a little bit of a curve. Turn 2 I play the Hybrid, turn 3 I play the Aeromunculus, turn 4 I pump it up. It's a Scry Boy. The card seems pretty good, I like that card a lot. Just 2/1 ETB Scry 2. Seems nice. I'm not going to play that Guildgate right now, I'll probably play the Guildgate turn 5, because I have nothing to cast on turn 5 right now. Whereas turn 4 I can spend all my mana, get a counter on the Aeromunculus. Alright, they gained a little bit of life. Probably planning to gain more and more life. I'll go ahead and just counter this guy and swing. They can crack back with their 2-1, and I won't block because we're getting close to the mana to pump up the hybrid. Then next turn I can play the Boar and the Guildgate. And turn after that, obviously the plan is to pump the hybrid up to a 6-6. Seems pretty good, if I can get there. Sphinx's Insight. Alright, so my opponent's going to draw a whole lot of cards and gain a whole lot of life this game. But they're not doing anything scary on the board right now, so I'm happy with this. I just get to set up at the start here. Oh, they're not even attacking? I guess because they don't want to get cracked back at. Which is fair enough. I mean, my opponent has drawn so many cards that emergency powers might be good in this game. Just because they'll go from 7 cards to 7 cards, and I'll go from, like, no cards to 7 cards. So it turns out we're going to play that gate instead, because that gate's even harder to play. But I do like that we're definitely going to make it to 7 mana. Don't like their mana right now? Okay, I was going to say, if they had that thing to do 5 to a tapped creature, that would be really bad, because they'd get the Acuity back to their hand, and they'd kill my Aeromunculus. So we only have 5 mana, so we cannot trigger the hybrid yet, but we can send these in. Alright. Looks like we're trading there. And drop the Griffin out. Better remember this time it does not have flash. Putting that on bottom, my mana is good. Get out of here. I do need 1 more mana, but I don't like really need it, because if I don't draw land next turn, I can cast whatever I draw or make my hybrid a 6-6. So that's pretty sick. Okay, well we got the mana, so I think we play the Sphinx. Could also play the hybrid. But I think I'd like to play the Sphinx first. It's ya boy. And my opponent has Quench. Well, that's really irritating. Card will be useless in like 3 turns. Card actually hit the only... There's only 2 cards in my deck that thing could have countered at this point. So that sucks. They've got their little veteran boy, that's alright. Eyes everywhere. At the beginning of their Peep Scry 1. Okay. And if I'm not playing blue, they can just steal one of my things. But I am playing blue, so we can just keep stealing back and forth. So... they've got 3 cards in their hand only now. So Emergency Powers isn't even that one-sided anymore. Whatever. Get the hybrid in there. I should have just done this last turn. Instead of running into that Quench. That was unfortunate. Ooh, I get to 6 them. Nice. Alright, we'll play that land. Opponent gets to scry 1 every turn, and that's pretty nice. For them. I can't really attack at this point with my flyers, because if I attack with both my flyers, then they'll block my Griffin and kill my other one. Or they'll block my Griffin and kill my Griffin and just let the other one through. Whereas if I only attack with Aeromunculus, just nothing happens. I have to sack a creature, I'll sack the 3/2 flyer because it's not doing anything. Alright, they get to do Dovin's Acuity again. Doesn't really do much, so I think I will Emergency Powers. Yeah, some Redundant doesn't do really anything here. This is a sick hand, holy shit! This is when you win. This is when you win. Oh, let's go. That's the best I've ever seen emergency powers been. Granted, I've only cast it like twice, but damn. Drop out the Sphinx of the Guild Pact with that biogenic upgrade for next turn to just demolish them. Dude, the upgrade's gonna be so big on the hybrid. That's sick. Alright, they're gonna draw more cards, so they get to have fun. They get to have fun, so that's cool. That's cute. Oh, that's nice. Alright, there's the Pegasus. Okay. And they're casting another Eyes Everywhere, so they don't have a counterspell up. Let's go. I hope we don't just start Eyes Everywhere chaining. Just going crazy. Alright. So we will play an island. We will go green, 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 green. 1, 1. We gonna make some big boys. We gonna make some very big boys. Watch this hybrid. Woo! Hybrid's a 12/12. Got 4 mana, so I can play my Rebel Slinger. Get in there! Here come the chumps. They're gonna take 6? I guess they can gain a lot of life. They've got the acuity. Dude, Summary Judgment doesn't even kill anything at this point. This is awesome. This is a game. Let's get this Rebel Slinger out here. Alright. Opponent gets to do a lot of stuff. They've got a whole bunch of cards in hand. They have a Dovin's Acuity. They probably have a bunch of instants. They've got Eyes Everywhere that they can use to steal one of my creatures. They're just gonna play a 9 of the Last Breath? What? You just die. You just die. Oh, they're gonna do that thing that they get to gain 4 life when I sack a creature? I'll just sack my Rebel Slinger. But they will gain 4, so they won't be dead immediately. Because they get to chump block the 7/7, they take 6. They go to 1 if they have that that same instant. Oh, okay. Wait, I'm kind of confused. They just... Okay. For a second, I was like, oh, very smart. But then I was like, wait, that already was a 2/4 flying. They turned their 2/4 flying into a 1/1 flying. What's happening? And then it turns out they were just scooping in a funny way. Alright, well, we're 3 wins in, so that's exciting. That's 1,200 gems, so that means I'll have 15... I'll have 1550 gems after this, which means I'll have enough to do a traditional draft once that gets added. Which is sick. If I can get 3 more wins, I can just do another sealed immediately. That would be awesome. Actually, that wouldn't be that awesome. I'm not super into sealed, but this is going pretty well. It's been going really stressfully, but it's been fun-ish. I think that last game made up for all the stress because I don't even remember what it's called. Emergency controls or something. That was awesome. That was very fun. Alright. Emergency powers. Okay. See, the problem is most of the time I'm just going to draw it and it's not going to do anything for a million turns. And also it just gives my opponent just as much advantage. Alright, here's a 2/3 because I think they'll probably play like another 2/2. Maybe I should have played the Steeple Creeper instead, but Rebel Slinger's better against 2/2s. So I saw a 2/2, played something good against 2/2s. Alright, looks like these guys are probably just going to trade. Yep. Alright. Pretty boring game so far, just trading off our early drops. Here's a 4/2. Maybe you don't have something that trades well with that now. Maybe you have like a 4/4. Nope, you got another 2/2. Great. Uh-oh. This is when I need lands. So, could have spent all my mana just swinging them with flying, but I'm not going to do that yet. But I guess I'll do that this turn. We'll trade. Alright, I was like, wait a sec, if they have that 1+1/+2 enchantment, that would be really good. But they didn't. Let's offer the trade, because that's a Sphinx Foresight. However, they're black-white and they haven't used any removal yet, so odds are this Sphinx is dead. Very surprised they didn't block there, but I'm happy with it. I'll take it. Maybe they're really trying to spectacle something, I don't know. Summary Judgment, I see. Alright. They were just like, oh, I got the removal from that, let's get that shit out of here. The fact that they used that, though, makes me heavily think that they've got something to kill the Sphinx. Alright, well that was a pretty bad draw. Let's see how they kill the Sphinx. Looks like they don't do it yet. They'll probably do it in their main phase with another Summary Judgment. We'll see. That was a very, very bad draw. So I could have drawn a Forest instead of that, and that would have been a better draw, but then I would have just drawn this card next turn anyway. Alright, they are consigning it to the pit. I need a Plains now. That's not a Plains. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy, there's another Blade Juggler. God, Blade Juggler's so good. Well, I'm pretty screwed, but it's a start. It's not like I'm going to, like, 4 life this turn or anything. Oh god. There's just a 3/7 Crocodile. Just a 3/7 Crocodile, and that's spooky as hell. And I didn't even draw a land, so I can't even emergency powers out of desperation. I can make one blocker against this gigantic horde that just basically they got to Blade Juggler into Blade Juggler into like, oh, I guess I just drew a creature every time. So that sucks. Man, Blade Juggler is sick. Think that I am dead regardless, because I make one blocker and I just die. So, here's a Mammoth Spider. It's all I got. It's the best I got. Emergency powers, I still would have been dead. It just would have been cute, because it would have looked cool. Yep, let's die. Why? Classic still had all these. Well, that was awkward. Drew a lot of my large stuff early game, and got destroyed for it. But let's head into the next round and see how we do. We've at least got an average amount of wins. We've got 3 wins. Which means if I get 3 wins and 3 losses, that is literally exactly average, so at least we did that. This is a... Oh... For a second I was like, this is a definite keeper just because the mana's so good, but... It's awkward again, because I have a 7-drop and a 5-drop and a lot of lands. And I just drew another land, so... Oh boy. Alright, that makes me happier. So now I can do a 3-drop, 4-drop, 5-drop. Okay. This could be alright. Plus the fact that my opponent didn't play anything on turn 2 is very good. They didn't play anything on turn 3 either. See, if that Pegasus was in my initial hand, and then like I drew a land this turn instead, then that hand would have been great. But still ended up being pretty good, because I just drew it later. And now I have stuff to play. Shark the Crab! What on earth? Whenever one or more counters are put on it, tap a creature your opponent controls and it doesn't untap during its controller's next untap step. Oh my god, that card is good! Holy shiznit. Shark the Crab is going to be a 5/5? What do you even do about that? Without removal spells, what do you do? Alright. I need my 5 damage to a tapped creature spell right now. That's like my only removal. Like, I didn't... Oh. shit, boys. I guess no blocks? They're not gonna pump it. Okay. What is happening? Wonder what they have. Guild Mage? I don't think I actually want you right now. So I'm just gonna play a Mammoth Spider probably and swing at him. Next turn, or the turn after that, I'll play Homunculus Concordia Pegasus. I don't know. Guild Mage is good though. Man, that is really awkward, because Guild Mage is good, but I don't have a good time to play it. I guess, you know what, I guess I'll play Homunculus and Guild Mage this turn instead. Because I do have, like, perfect mana, so I can do that. Alright. What you gonna do to kill the Sphinx? Let's see. Destroy target creature with flying. Okay. Fair enough. Alright, so now we go, obviously, Guild Mage, Homunculus, and hopefully just outrace their terrifying Shark to Crab. Yeah, probably not blocking the Crab, yet again. Oh, they're just saving it? I guess when I go into combat they can respond, so let's go into combat and see if they tap something. Oh, they don't tap anything. Do I want to 3 them or do I want to 6 them? I guess if that's the case, I probably send that in. That's it. So I don't have any way to block it. Probably cast my other flyer now. The thing is, I could spend all my mana on the creeper to 6 them, because then it looks like they'll die next turn, but then they could just tap one of them and then they're not dead next turn. So let's play the Spirit. And we'll use this Guild Mage probably to loot next turn. Frilled Mystic. Okay, that makes a lot of sense. That's how they were playing then. So yeah, probably gonna loot off the Guild Mage and get rid of the emergency powers, but I might gain life. Maybe I even just get rid of the Pegasus at this point. They're sending these boys in. Oh. I think I just take 7. Might gain life now then. How much is it? 2 life? Yeah, it's 2 life. 4/4 Riot, so that's gonna be a 5/5. Okay. So if I attack them for 6 this turn, then they're dead to the Steeple Creeper their next turn. So I think I'll gain life. So, can use the Steeple Creeper and hit him for 6. In which case I chump block. I can't chump block because they can tap my dude, so they're swinging for 13 next turn that I can't. I need multi-blockers for. So I don't think I can use the Steeple Creeper this turn. I also don't think I can pump the Homunculus this turn. Oh, this is pretty awkward. I guess I want to just make as many blockers as possible. So we play that, we play the Pegasus. Then we send in for 2. This game is scary as hell. Decks are all very strong. Alright, so they're sending in. Let's go... guess I have 8 flying if they don't tap any of my guys with the Shark to Crab. So I could play around that and try and get them to derp it up. I think we go like that. Really hope they derp it up. Gain some life. Actually, no, I don't have 8 power because I can't pump the Aeromanculus and make the creeper flying both in the same turn. Alright, trample guy, hexproof. Got a frilled mystic, but it's a little late for him. God, I can hit him for 7. They've got one guy with trample, but they've got one guy that can tap any of my creatures. So I have to have 2 blockers. So I guess I flash in a frilled mystic, and I save the creeper back. God, I need 3 blockers, because I can block the 5/5, but then they have a 5/5 and a 4/4. Need 3 freaking blockers? Wait, if I attack with all 3, they have to block the creeper? Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna attack with all 3. They have to block the creeper. No, then I'm just dead if I only have 1 blocker. So then I kill the Spellbreaker. I would have to pray that they time their Shark to Crab thing really poorly. No, that's what I'm gonna do, because I think I'm just fucked. Alright. Well, I lost regardless, then, because they could just bounce one of my guys. So yeah, I could play the Frilled Mystic and counter that, which I guess I should have done, but I literally lost regardless. So what would happen is I play Frilled Mystic to counter that, but then all my dudes are tapped and I just trade off, and then they have 10 power and they tap my one other guy on the board, so... That sucked. Well... Sometimes your opponents have some real fresh decks. I feel like our deck was pretty awkward. Mana-wise, it was pretty rough. I think the general strategy was okay to try and just get around with flyers and stuff like that, but I don't know, we just ran against a deck that was quite a bit faster with a lot of lower creatures than us a couple times with the Gruul deck and the Orzhov deck, and then that time we just ran against a deck with way bigger creatures than us. So, not much you can do there, but got enough gems to do a traditional draft, so I will certainly do that tomorrow. See, in 24 hours and 54 minutes. But until then, thank you all for watching, and I will see you for another video. If you want to see what I open in these packs, I'm going to open them right now and see if I get anything cool. Mainly just looking for Shocklands. What does this even do? Whenever an opponent activates an ability of an artifact, creature, or land that isn't a mana ability, it deals 1 to that player. This is a really weird and probably pretty bad card. Next up, we have Common Wildcard. Nice. Rick's Mighty Reveler. Enters the battlefield, discard a card, then draw a card. If its spectacle cost was paid, instead discard your hand, then draw 3 cards. That could be interesting. Now we have a rare wild card. Super happy with that. And we got an Open the Gates, which is interesting if we want to try to make a gate deck, which I doubt will happen. Mythic rare wild card. Let's go. These packs are pretty sick. Getting some good wild cards. Zagana Utopian Speaker. I'm not particularly excited about her, but she could be alright, because if you play her on turn 4 and she's around on turn 6, then she just goes insane. 8/8 trample. She also might draw a card when she comes into play if you have anything with a counter on it. She could be okay. Not super exciting, though. Next up, we got an uncommon wildcard. Very nice. Galloping Lizrog. That's probably pretty cool. And a Deputy of Detention. That could be a good card. Well, yet again, thank you all for watching, and I will see you next time for more Ravnica Allegiance or whatever chaotic formats they put on Arena, because I like the crazy, random, fun stuff. Like Momir, Amazonians, all that kind of stuff. Thank you all, and I will see you next time.